Morning. Let's work on my gravity wagon. So what I'm doing today is we're going to be hooking the wagon up, and we're going to be putting pieces of metal down here in the floor, because you guys see those little tiny holes in there? Yeah, that's no bueno. So we want to get this fixed up so I can use it for things. So I got some metal that I ordered online. Got it today, so we're going to work on it today. Get it all ready to rock and roll. All my tires have stayed up, which is great. It's great. If you guys missed the video of me getting this, I paid $500 for this bad boy. Got John Deere running gear. And yeah, pretty close to 185 bushels capacity without these extensions, which that adds a little bit more. I don't know if I want to put more than that on this, but maybe, might, possibly. And then also, we kind of want to build a top for it so we can keep critters from getting in it, and then I'll park it in a shed and we can store seed or whatever we need to do with this thing. I think this thing's going to be used a lot for a lot of odd jobs. Well, hooked up. Let's see how it goes. Maybe I should put in four-wheel drive, pull it out of here. Light work. Light work. We'll put her back in two-wheel drive. You guys can kind of check it out a little bit. There she is. All the tires are up. Now they aired up to spec. I don't know about that. Got a nice little old hitch pin, but right now I'm using a bolt because four-wheeler has a really tiny tongue. So, but yeah, definitely not going to be able to pull this if it was full. Well, that worked out pretty good. Here's my metal. I got it from, what is it called? Custom Metals? Online Custom Metals? Online Metals. And yeah, shipping was normal, and yeah, I got some custom cuts on some metal pieces. One was kind of a standard cut, and then two were custom cuts for the sides. And yeah, looks like I'm still gonna use my hands a little bit. Packaging doesn't look terrible, so metal shouldn't be messed up. So here's the main piece I'm gonna put in the bottom. Had a little bit of damage on the corners. Not crazily thick metal. I think it's 24 gauge is what I got. 30 is way too thin, so I went for 24. Really don't have massive holes I'm covering up, so it's not like this is anything for structure wise. It's just little tiny holes that I gotta cover up. But yeah, got really big patches. Okay, so you can maybe see the holes better now. I can see them a lot better in person than I can on the camera. But I got big pieces of metal that cover a big chunk of area, so that I don't have to worry about this for a long time. So pretty much what I got is this is for the main part, and then the sides are about like half cuts. That's pretty much all it is. Actually, I think they're a little bit less than half cuts. And yeah, I think I'm gonna probably just bolt these in, just depending on how it sits in there. Since these two corners are not terrible, I think I'm gonna put them towards the top, and then that'll make sure that it stays nice and flat up against the deal, just depending on how it fits, because if it doesn't fit the way I want it to, then maybe I'll have to weld this thin stuff on there. But if not, I'm planning on just bolting it. Here it is with the metal kind of sitting in there where I want it. So that big metal piece, I don't know if I measured it out right. I'm gonna have to look at my ordering deal, but maybe I did need to get a custom cut for that. But I think these corners that are kind of bent up, I think I'm going to cut them anyways at an angle so that they fit a little bit better. Because I kind of wanted it to be kind of lower, kind of where it's at now. But these side pieces, they're fitting perfectly and doing exactly what I want them to do. So that's pretty much exactly where I'm going to mount them. That one's still not really in place. I hope my little saw will cut that. I mean, that's a little bit thicker than 10, but I think it'll still cut that and should make that pretty easy to cut it to size. You might be wondering what time I'm doing all this at. Well, it's like 7. We're kind of done for the day. Dad's actually still spraying. Please cut this good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like butter. It's not that much thicker than tin. So. But there's definitely a price difference between this and tin. Or at least tin quality. I asked AI what thickness I should use, and it was like, yeah, I wouldn't go any thinner than this. I told him how big the holes were, and yeah, this is what it came back with this size of metal. I was going to use scrap metal, but we don't really have big enough pieces, and I don't want to have a bunch of different pieces of scrap just for this, so yeah. I might actually grease this bad boy too while I'm at it. I mean, we gotta take care of this bad boy. I think we'll do something pretty similar to the other side. I don't know if it'd be spot on, but at least you'll be able to tell we tried. Yeah, this thing's awesome. I've been using it to put tin on my little shed down there, and it's been working great. So I absolutely have no clue. I just realized that it has an Allen wrench on it, and yeah, I guess that's for taking this part apart. Guess you gotta change that blade out every once in a while. I don't know. I've never been around one, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I got one bolt put in, and I was about to tell you guys how thick these dang things are. I was able to cut through it pretty good, but I just thought it was really thick. But then come underneath and I realized, look at that, I hit it right on the frame. So yeah, good thing I didn't hit it right on this part though. I was kind of worried about that for a second. I was like, oh crap. So I think the next one I'm going to do on the other side is going to be farther over. But yeah, because I'm say these are probably measured out the same. But yeah, that's funny. That's real funny. But yeah. So far so good. I did cut those again at a little bit steeper of an angle, because I wanted that metal to be a little bit lower than what it is. But now I have it kind of how I want it. Now it looks cockeyed at the moment because it's not really in position. But that at least I got one bolt put in so far. So I plan on doing like 3 on this one and probably 3 on these smaller ones on the side, I think. I don't really think I'm going to need any at the bottom of this big one. Just at the top. That's my thoughts. So, yeah. We are looking pretty dang good. And those 2 right there took me like 1/5 of the time that it took me to do that one. So, yeah, that was that was really rough on that first one. It made me kind of think otherwise about putting bolts and doing it this way. But, yeah, I'm happy now. The only problem is I'm by myself, and I can't really hold the bolt or the nut to tighten them up. But yeah, let's see if we can see them down here. Yep. Whew. I kind of got lucky on that one again. Not really. I'm an inch off. I kind of went over a little bit more. Guess I really didn't get that one right in the middle, but still pretty good. But yeah, this is the biggest hole in that whole deal. That right there is pretty thin. But other than that, everything else is very tiny. Like kind of like this one. Really tiny. So, yeah. $500, not bad, especially since all the tires are still up. Would you look at that? Brand spanking new. But yeah, I ended up adding 2 more bolts in the middle because that plate kind of bowed a little bit more than I wanted it to. But other than that, I only put 3 on these right here because they kind of fit just perfect. But yeah, this should work. That's all I really needed to do to this bad boy. I was able to tighten up the bolts. I took a pair of pliers and grabbed a hold of the bottom of the bolt and then screwed in the nut. Got lucky on some of the nuts without hitting the frame. Only hit the frame on the first one, because after that I really made sure I didn't do that. But yeah, I'm gonna grease up the front end of this machine and put it back where I had it, and we're good. Fixed all the things that we needed to fix. Now she's ready to go, Brandon. Baby Brandon. What's up? What's wrong? She's still not very friendly. Very skittish still. But, yeah. We'll grease her up. I see 2 greasers here. Doesn't sound like that one's really taken very well. Probably didn't need that much anyway. Yeah, they don't take much. There's one right here. They don't take much. At least it's taken. At least they're taken. That's all that matters. There's a bunch of them. If you've been around anything like this, you know, they got a bunch of greasers. But yeah, pretty much got to do the exact same on the other side. And well, I got one behind this that I got to get to, but that's pretty much it. You get the gist. So some of you guys in the comment section of the last video were talking about maybe painting this or throwing some stickers on it. So I'll make you guys a deal. If you guys get this video to 500 likes, we'll throw stickers on it. If you get us to 1,000 likes on this video, we'll do some painting on this rusty spots down here on this underneath. Now, if we're painting this whole thing, that's a lot of money. So I don't know what kind of likes would be necessary for that, but it would definitely take a lot. So. But yeah, if you guys get those like goals, we'll make it happen. I might actually get a really big sticker to slap on the side of it too. Be pretty cool. It doesn't matter. So we'll put Farmer Woody on the side of it. Yeah, we'll put Farmer Woody on the side of it. Also, in the works, got some special hats that are going to be dropping. Probably are going to be dropping before this video is out. So if you haven't checked them out, highly recommend. But yeah. That's all I got at the moment. I guess before we head down there, I'll show you guys around the shop. We got the good old baler almost ready to rock and roll. 24T John Deere. Hasn't been used in quite a few years, but we got it hooked up to the 4020. Don't have the PTO shaft on yet, but should be pretty well ready to rock and roll, hopefully. Hopefully. As long as we don't have any problems. Got the case combine ready to rock and roll. For wheat, still hasn't been dry enough to get to doing any of that yet, but hopefully we'll get to do that pretty close to the 4th of July. So that's the hopes. It's all greased up, ready to rock and roll with a new head and a new combine. Kloss combine's already at the wheat field. We've been trying some wheat, but still just too wet. So we're going to be waiting for the next few days. Unless it rains, then we'll have to wait even longer, but we'll see. Well, she's back to her current home. Have unhooked her. And shiny. Very shiny. Yep. Should work great now. She's ready to rock and roll. I can put anything in her now. Perfect. And she's greased up. She's a whole new unit. Yeah. Still kind of want to do a roof sometime. I haven't quite figured out what I want to do completely. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to keep the extensions. I think I'm going to keep the extensions, and then I'm going to have to finish up the extension up front if I'm going to put a roof on the top. So, yep. got some old tin that I can use, so should be able to throw something together pretty easily. I think that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here. It would really mean a lot. Leave a comment what you think. Also, if you got any ideas, let me know in the comment section. As well as try to hit those like goals so that maybe throw some stickers on it. Might paint it up a little bit, but I gotta find the right paint too to paint those spots of rust. But I don't know. We'll see if we can do that. Yeah, I think that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one.